The comparison between Ghana and Nigeria have started again. I repeat, the comparison between Ghana and Nigeria have started again. People have started comparing the purchasing power, the GDP between Ghana and Nigeria, the minimum wage of Ghana and that of Nigeria, the value of currency of Ghana and that of Nigeria. All of a sudden, we are discussing Ghana and Nigeria. I don't know when Nigerians will ever learn that there are some external powers controlling this country. I'm telling you, if you are intelligent and smart enough, you understand that all of a sudden, some influencers pack themselves and enter Ghana. Top influencers on Twitter, they pack themselves, they enter Ghana. They now realize that Ghana is expensive. Yeah? Nigeria is one of the cheapest countries to live in. They just realized it. Agenda must agenda. You see, social engineering is real. Nigerians are not smart enough to understand that the IMF, your colonial masters, they are still active in Nigeria, controlling the presidency, controlling your government in Africa. Let's look at this. IMF is asking Tinubu to implement more taxation on Nigeria. IMF is asking Tinubu to increase VAT from 7.5% to 10%. This is according to a July 15th Punch report 2025, just last month, that IMF advised Tinubu, you need to increase more taxation. Remember when Tinubu was doing his campaign, he said, widen the tax net, reduce the purchasing power, and he is fulfilling it. Like I told you, I told somebody when Tinubu won election, I told that person, my brother, if Tinubu win election, una go pay all sort of taxes, una go pay. So what is going on? People all of a sudden just pack themselves, top influencers, I won't call their name here, they enter Ghana, and everybody's discussing, Ghana is expensive, thank God though, Nigeria is cheaper, see how much they are buying fuel in Ghana, how much they are buying food in Ghana, the average mini flat in Ghana, in Nigeria. You start comparing because the government is preparing to implement more taxation on Nigerians. Nigerians are not paying, they are not paying enough. You see, since 1960, all the monies that have been stolen, they never utilize them. They are looking for more ways to tax Nigerians. Now, how does this benefit the colonial masters, taxing Nigerians? These are the questions we are asking. If you're watching this broadcast and you have any idea on how this more taxation or whatever, they said that, okay, what are the consequences according to IMF if Tinubu does not increase VAT or implement more taxation? Number one, it reduces government revenue. Consolidated government revenue will be reduced by 0.5% of Nigeria's GDP. You see, they were comparing Ghanaian GDP and that of Nigeria. So IMF is telling Nigerians, or the president, colonial masters, see, if you don't implement this taxation, your GDP will have a shortfall of 0.5%. It will affect your GDP. Number two, state and local governments which rely on the VAT, they say they should increase. The VAT allocations will likely face tighter budget. For instance, our local government, our state, they collect allocation for federal government. If federal government increase VAT, Nigerians pay increased VAT, more money for the federal government, more money for the states and local government to use. So if we don't increase from 7.5% to 10%, my brother, this state and local government may not see more money to develop. That's what they are telling Tinubu. Number three, local and state governments may need to look for other ways to get money. They might reduce their public services or increase tax on small businesses. Maybe local government is doing healthcare, maybe free transportation, blah, blah, blah. They may reduce their public services so as to not incur more expenses because of a shortage that IMF told us. Now, there's a new tax bill by the president, Bola Tinubu. This one is not part of that one. No. The VAT there has not been increased to 10%. The new tax bill. But the IMF wants the Nigerian government to increase the tax bill until we come to the understanding that IMF is a tool Some Oyibos over the years have revealed the true intention of this World Bank, IMF, UNESCO. What do they call them? These donors from the West. That they don't have good intention for Africa. Any debt you are getting from Africa, it is a cost. But our government they don't care. They are looking for people that they can use to social engineer you. They know that Nigerians, they have mental issues. So they can just push some influencers. Oh, we want to increase tax in Nigeria, but we have done a tax bill. If we start increasing tax now, there might be protests, there might be outrage. What do? Let's carry some of their popular influencers, which are not APC. Let's just sponsor it. A company can come and tell these influencers, I may not come. We want to have a look at Ghana and look at how Ghana is doing. We'll pay you money. They will not they may not know that they are playing a colonial script. They may not know that they are working for their colonial masters. But you know how manipulative these guys are. You know, some people, they don't still understand. How come IMF is controlling Tinubu? How come? How come? If you are in government, you understand. These politicians, they understand. There's something they call economics and macroeconomics. You may understand economics, but that macroeconomics is not advanced. They are playing what they are playing on Nigeria. Okay. So these people went there, all of a sudden things became expensive. They now put a tweet. Many people watch it. Of course, those in the Agbado movement, they will come and say, Nigeria is so cheap. Nigeria is cheap. We are not even paying more taxes anymore. And this, why people are defending, people are so when they create that bubble, they create that conversation, the government can wait for a little time and they step in to increase tax on VAT. They will tell you that Nigerians are not paying enough tax. How do you want the government to function? Now my question is, since 1960, you people don't collect money, you now steal the money, embezzle the money, you now no carry. When somebody enter power today, as Nigerians they pay tax as they're supposed, a local government chairman, maybe they live for mini flat, he become chairman today. In the next 6 months, you go see say he go pack, come up from an area, go another highbrow area. There's no money in government. People are not paying tax. Government does not have revenue. Since 1960, with all the billions and trillions we have earmarked left, right, center, you people have embezzled it. There's no value for all the monies that you have gotten in the past. You see, that's why I say, anything good governance, take it away from this system. This system is not working. If you want to deceive yourself. Anything good governance. A Tinubu government does not have the capacity. What it needs to do is to restructure Nigeria. Now, this is a plan by your colonial masters. They are controlling Tinubu by the back. How does this benefit the IMF? I'm coming back to that. For instance, if they weaken your currency, our currency under Buhari, I think is 160 something. Tinubu entered, it got to 600. From 600, it got to 15. Now it is 1530 or 1540 now. That is the how does it benefit IMF? Somebody who is in IMF has $1 million. During Buhari, what $1 million can buy to 168 naira is different from what $1 million can buy to 1,500 naira per dollar. You see the increase. So when they are coming into Nigeria to buy your natural resources, because Africa is endowed with a lot of natural resources. When they come into your country to buy natural resources, they buy it cheap. That's why it's like these people know what they are doing. The pegging, if you come from 1.5, if they go 1.6, from 1.6 you come middle, they go up and down. Today, Naira appreciate. Tomorrow, Naira depreciate. Today, Naira appreciate, depreciate. All of a sudden, we are just static there. And there are people controlling it. The government is still using small money to defend the Naira. They know how they are pegging it. Like I told you, if you don't believe that there are some people, powerful forces that are controlling Nigeria, my brother, you're not living in the reality. Most Nigerians, I'm sorry to say this, most Nigerians don't really know where they are. They're just living like that. They don't understand the kind of bargain, They are using you to bargain because of your resources. So if these colonial masters have their way, they can they will just finish all of you, push you aside, take your resources. The Kissinger report, which says the mineral resources of Africa should not be for Africans. And this report was a very long time ago. And you see why Africa is struggling. You ask yourself, bad leadership. Why is it all of a sudden, if people want to contest for presidency, they'll go to Britain. They'll go and argue for the international community. This is what we'll do and that. All of a sudden, influences, World Bank will come and tell you, this is what we want you to do. And they go do. There's no mind of their own. They know that corruption is invested. Why World Bank or UNESCO not tell Nigeria how they should change their educational curriculum? But on how to tax Nigerians, widen it, the tax net, then reduce purchasing power, that is what they are doing. And the current administration is a very good student. He's a loyal servant at that. All of a sudden, you see, they wanted to release FBI files. All of a sudden, they refuse to release. No release. Don't release it again. It's like the boy is cooperating. This one is cooperating. My brother. See, I've sat down, I've looked at this critically, and I shake my head for Nigeria. It is only a restructuring that will save us in this country. That is why the Oyibo and co, I've told you that Tinubu will do whatever he wants to do, however he wants to do, to make sure that he completes his 8 years. If it is to cooperate to IMF, because these guys are powerful. Remember Jonathan, 2015. Remember the role Buhari and El-Rufai played. That El-Rufai, they come for 2025. They say, I regret bringing in this. I regret. Remember the role they played. Whereby a whole Jonathan, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, was blaming the US. Was blaming the US for his failure. Him losing the election. And you think that you just sit down there in your house. Na lie. You don't understand foreign relations. What the global politics. They call it geopolitics. You don't understand it. So many influences. Look at Venezuela today. US don't carry their army ships around Venezuela. What do you concern Venezuela and US? Venezuela have one of the largest deposits. In fact, the largest deposit of crude oil in the whole world. And the US now, they put $50 million on the president. They say, if you can help us catch this president, $50 million. A president of another state, the United States, is putting bounty on another president, accusing the president of selling drugs and blah, 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 all those conspiracy, whatever. Look at what they did to Gaddafi. With the conspiracy theory and everything, the lies and lies, they package the lies with propaganda, furnish and well, brand and well, use and remove Gaddafi, and now Libya is no more. Libya of before cannot be compared. It's just like a place where they are scavenging. Libya that, man, if you see what Gaddafi was doing, the same thing they are doing for Nigerians. They will sit down in their Oval Office there in America. They will be laughing at you. And we have leaders that are not bold enough, like the Burkina Faso, the Sahel countries, to tell them, boy, we are over with all these things you are doing. We are not going to be puppets. But when they have the files of a president, they are threatening today, tomorrow, we want to release files. I'm going to release them now. Wait here, now. Release them. So when you release them now, the way you go put bounty on Venezuela president, if Tinubu not do your bidding now, you can't put bounty on Tinubu. Release everything. My brother, we Nigerians need to be smart. We should go beyond, I've told you people, we should go beyond these tribal differences. This is the list of our problems. But when I see people engaging in tribal, whatever, I just see that these people are dumb. Even PhD people are involved in it. Oh, how did Turkey become an Islamic country? So we get Christians, we go school now. We get biblical scholars. We get priests and pastors. General Overseer for Turkey then. Should be then get sense. With their sense, the Muslim world was able to manipulate and convert everybody. It is not by, you see, when we talk about, when people say I go school for Nigeria, we look them and say, you go school. You go school. Now we do for Nigeria today. Now things happen like this. I've asked this question, nobody have answered me. Give me one invention that is patented in Nigeria. If una go school, give me one invention. Okay, let them carry the Dangote refinery, the operation and everything. Carry and give to only Nigerian engineers and operators. Let's see whether that one go work. Let's see whether that one go work. You see the kind of battle that Dangote is fighting. This colonialist, the guy want to survive. Even they carry in fuel, they go sell for outside people. May not leave me alone. May they sell for outside people. And they sell for outside. Those ones where they import, they go to import. You see, black people, they are being used by white people to destroy black people. So I'm not shocked that some ordinary influencers that have number of followers, because they talk on rubbish, they talk on breast, they talk on private parts, on other relationship issues, they have so much followers. They now saw that, okay, these guys can influence, this is our opinion. They pack them, go Ghana. They can't enter Ghana. They can't realize, say, Ghana is much more expensive than Nigeria. My brother, you look at I will not even lecture anybody on how Ghana is better than Nigeria. You need to discover it for yourself. When they increase VAT, from now to the next 2 to 3, 4 years, you see the reality on ground. I will not be here to lecture you. I did my research and I looked at it. Nigeria has an advantage, but the only advantage we have, we can achieve that through restructuring. If you think Nigeria will get better, my brother, you are deceiving yourself. Both the politicians and all of you are deceiving yourself. You say Nigeria will get better. I don't fight pastors every day. Pastor will come and tell me, pray for Nigeria. Nigeria will get better. Those pastors that said that they are going to be Nigeria's president, we don't hear their voice anymore. Pastor Chris Okoche and Tunde Bakare. Have fun now. What is going on? God told me. I'm not there. I'm not against your God told me. But you see, like a pastor said one thing about Peter Obi, and I resonated with that pastor. He said it was destined for Obi to become president that 2023, but Obi did not do the necessary things that he needed to do. No prayers. While the APC, they do a bara left, right, and center. They enter any nook and cranny of Nigeria. Anything they can sacrifice, they sacrifice. All of a sudden, the Nigerians go catch everybody. INEC announce, everybody just weak. Obi just tell everybody, no, you push not got, no protest. We'll go to the courts. You are a politician. You go through the courts. You go through the court. Many a times, people have said that it is only revolution that can change Nigeria. And in that revolution, it is restructuring. But the politicians, which is Obi, who are wise more than everybody. Look at Erufai. When Tinubu Buhari, he did wise. But now, he reached Tinubu turn, he know wise again. I made a mistake. You know, these people believe that they can't make mistake. That is why anybody speaking big English. I understand your English you are speaking on social media. Defending the government. I understand. There's no how the government will not mean well for the people. But you see, when the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? That is the main point. It is not anything you are coming to tell me now. There are good measures by the government. All of a sudden, things will just change. Why is it that over the years, we even had much more competent people in the past than now? Why were those people? Why did they not fix Nigeria then? Why weren't they able to fix Nigeria then? Is it now you are speaking in PPP grammar for me? I've said it. Any government, any governance that will benefit the people, if I see that government, I go no. Tinubu's government will not benefit the people. Every now and then, look at stock exchange. Hey, it is now. Somebody will tell you now. It is a high time for you to invest in stock exchange. Yes, it is healthy. Now, big man, they invest for stock exchange. You will ever chop or you struggle to pay your house rent. You won't pack which money? Lately, have you searched for a house? The standard of living of an average Nigerian is getting worse and worse by the day. Have you looked at your children's school fees? Have you looked at how much you spend in a week? Have you looked at those that even get more money? The number of people that are calling you every day to demand for money. Don't you think that it has increased? There's somebody from one where they study Oyibo economics. We're going to tell you, say, things are getting better. Things are looking good. UBA go declare profit. But enter UBA, you see a lot of things. You see their cashiers. Those days we used to go to bank once in a while. You see a banker. Even those are at the counter. You see that they are well fed. Even see security. well-fed. Enter bank today. Enter bank today. Security go once frustrate your life with begging. But the bank at the top, they go declare profit. Trillions of naira. Guinness declare this one. That one declare that one. But Nigerians are suffering. See, I've told you, it is left for you to agree and let us push for restructuring. It is left for you to equip yourself with the right wisdom so that you will not be among those that they are deceiving. I'm not here to force anybody to believe me or don't believe me. Whether Ghana is better than Nigeria or Nigeria is better than Ghana should not be the topic of the discussion. The topic of the discussion should be, how do we ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians? How do we restructure this country so that corruption can be reduced? You cannot kick out corruption in the mind of a Nigerian. No, you cannot kick out. How do you make sure that the influence of these Oyibos and the Fulani is reduced in Nigeria? Because anytime we are moving towards a prosperous state, they are going to draw us back. Look at it now. If Tinubu not do the bidding of these guys, maybe they can't release FBI records. Say, yes, we catch Tinubu, he do this drug, where say that their problem. Should be they arrest Trump. They arrest Trump, and their problem. Okay, and Tinubu no do the strong head. Even the Tinubu go tell them, say, even your climate change, say, I don't go implement your climate change. You go do strong head, look them. What they will do is that they will now start sabotaging the government. Should be who they support, who they give, who they sponsor terrorism in Africa. You think in Africa people they sponsor terrorism, or you don't know it's the West? They will do what they did under. You not do what you want. All of a sudden, northern people can't get more prominence. They will do all sort of things to push Tinubu out. That is what the IMF can do later. But it only takes a bold president. You see Ibrahim Traore. You see others in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Senegal. You see a lot of things happening. You can't control them there. Until we get to that point whereby we will stand our ground and know that it is not between Nigeria and Ghana. It is the colonial masters that are pushing a narrative so that they can brainwash and whitewash Nigerians into thinking that, man, we need to tax, more tax. You know, fish refinery, more tax. The infrastructure is not fixed. More tax. May God help Nigerians.